Hello, Fire Squad. So, pictures, how to take pictures in the Division 2. It's a lot of fun. It's really good. It's a really good setup for the pictures. All you need to do is find yourself a memorable landmark, like the big Washington obelisk. I'm sure it's got a name. What's it called? The Washington Monuments? Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. So find yourself a good location, and then you want to go into the main menu and you want to look for the photo mode at the bottom of that grid, and you want to click and hold the button prompt for that on the PlayStation 4. It's square, and that brings up the photo mode, and then you can use your right and left analog sticks to move things around, and you can also use the up and down buttons on the D-pad to be able to position the camera higher and lower. And then as soon as you've got yourself a good position, you can click on capture. You can see the notes on what you need to press in the bottom left hand corner there. You can see capture on the PS4 is the X button, and you can also expand. You can see less controls by clicking down on the left analog stick. So you can also do an emote by clicking down on the right analog stick, so you can get a picture of an emote, and then you're looking to get yourself into a good position. So I like to think of things in thirds, so trying to get like the Washington obelisk, the Washington Monument, in the right hand thirds. You can zoom in and out with the R2 and L2, so that way you can choose exactly where you want to get your position in. So that's a good way to compose your shot. And then again, it's just a case of pressing X to capture, or whatever the other capture button is for you. And you can see it in the bottom left hand corner. There's also a load of modifications that you can put in place, so you can increase and decrease your exposure, which means that you increase the amount of light in the picture or reduce it. You can increase and reduce the amount of contrast, which is essentially the difference between light and dark, to make them more specific. And then saturation is the amount of color, so you can oversaturate it by bringing in way more color, or you can reduce the saturation to wash it out a little bit. So then once you've got something that you kind of happy with, you can then scroll on over using the R1 and L1 buttons to different things, and then you can use things like f-stop to increase or decrease the amount of bokeh or kind of blurring in the background. And then you can move on over, and you've got a whole load of filters in the next little section, which allows you to change the overall look of the picture. So you've got like a noir style, and then you've got like a warmer style, and there's a cooler style, and there's a horror style. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look particularly horrific. And it's retro, and the bleach style, which kind of like washes things out. But because I've got so much saturation in there, it's impossible to wash it all out. So it's still pretty jazzy. So that's those. You've also got things like a vignette, which gives you this kind of like dark circle around the edge of the camera, and you can increase the offset to that so that it comes closer to the middle and further away. And then you've got a logo and a border, which allows you to put in the Division 2 mini logo in the top left hand corner, or to change the border either atop of the screen or either side of the screen. So that looks pretty cool, and you can change the offset to make that closer to the middle or further away from the middle, which can kind of like make it look more cinematic if you want to, which I quite like. So I'm going to stick with a little bit of that. And then the last of the modifications is noise, and this essentially increases the graining or lack of detail in the shot. So you can see there's more noise in the shot. It gets a little bit grainier. And then when you're happy with your picture, once you've done all your modifications, again, you can go back to just snapping that, so you can see I am saving that picture. That is the one that apparently I wanted to get. Who knows how it's actually going to look when I check it out. So then maybe you're wondering, I've taken all these epic pictures. Where do I actually find them? Well, you need to come out of the game to be able to see them. And on the PS4, that means going to the capture gallery. It's a similar kind of story on Xbox One, and I imagine it's just files on PC. And that's it. So there you go. You can find your pictures that you've taken. So this is the one that I worked tirelessly on. I like it, maybe just a bit too much graining. I might go back and change that at a later date, but that is how to take pictures in the Division 2. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully that helped you out, and if it did, drop us a huge like below. But I'm just going to show you some of the other pictures that I've taken so you can see. That's probably a better one. That's kind of like the rule of thirds, nearly the rule of thirds, close to the rule of thirds. And that's just a picture of my guy with a heavy vignette doing an epic salute. So there we go, guys. Massive salute to you all, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, with the links on the left-hand side, and check out the rest of our videos for the Division 2 with the links on the right-hand side. If you're looking to support the channel, you can check out our merch in the shop with the links on the bottom left. Leave any comments below, and I will catch you next time.